welcome back to Tabletop Talk. We're playing Son of Man with Dungeon World. We have our players, Dan as led Kinless, Sterling as Light, Novavich, James as Alzim. Have we ever done intros like partway through?
No.
Well, now's a great time to start
Now you got
on
one,
the
audience.
last session.
Sterling
We're gonna cut this
as
into the beginning.
Kendall.
Yes, Kenneth. Should we not tell them that this is last?
Oh no!
Too late.
That's fine. It should be pretty obvious. It's coming.
It's
to
the
an
mid.
end.
It's the mid-season
but that could
finale.
be like a
James,
a
when you edit
cliffhanger
this,
or like a
just censor that part.
Yes.
Nah, it's fine.
Stick in that thing where a different person's mouth moves in top of Peter's. It's like mid-season finale.
Nope. I always have him on there saying. I mean, I say that also probably be like 2 episodes.
I guess that's true.
Join us for the Who Knows What This Is episode.
Everyone's just gonna know what I said instead.
Yeah. Also,
Um,
nothing ever gets edited out.
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah, I
not
love
saying
That's
watching
the
our
ongoing
videos.
joke.
There's so much stuff like we're always talking about editing things out in our videos and they never are. It's like how Stephen Colbert always talks about that in his interviews and they never edit it out.
edit that out, please. No, we're keeping all of this. This is gold. All right, so you had just fought with Gribgrin and Gribgrin, and you had just kind of
Gribgen.
Grin? Gin?
Goblins don't have good pronunciation.
What
He
is the
says it
word?
different every time.
I'm losing words. You had just
We escaped.
escaped the sun
We,
and have
we
started
just rid the
reaching-
shadow.
You just rid the shadow. You're heading to Organthal, and you spoke with Gribgrin.
Rid the shadow. Rode the shadow.
And sort of just got together, and both of you sharing the experiences that you've had with the various gods, the 2 gods. And together you've been able to pierce together the whole story of why there have been all this war in this land and why these 2 gods just simply cannot get along. You finished the hard ride out from riding the shadow. The sun was quick on your back, but you just barely made it, and you're getting into some of the more easier desert. You're still near the sun, so it's hot, but it's not, dying hot. After this long ride, you're all exhausted, and you all decide that it's probably going to be a good time to take a break and relax for the rest of the day. So you find it's mostly a lot of just sand, but you do find a shadow behind a dune that you guys are able to relax in.
Are we in any danger of like where we are, where on the next sunrise, if our feet are sticking out from behind the rock, that we just seared off by?
No, you are out of that zone.
Okay.
You'll just get a bad tan at this point.
We kind of just hand waved over it, but you finished riding around, and you've just been riding for a bit
Oh, okay.
away from the sun, and now that it's about like at noon, where the sun is at its hottest,
Right.
you guys are deciding,
take a break.
Okay.
you gotta take a break. You don't want to run on the hardest part of the day, especially since you've been riding all day.
yeah, we need to take it easy on these horses.
Oh, that's right.
You have been running for almost a whole
Like
over a
24
day.
hour cycle.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Okay, so it starts here.
Chase.
It's the end.
Yeah, it'd be a full 24 hours.
So it's like 12 hours. And it's more like 18, right?
Sounds good to me.
It's too bad. I
Sure.
wish I would have established that
So
over
it's
the
like-
centuries, trolls have like genetically
wait.
engineered their rhinos to have
You
also
want to go
small
here
regenerative
where
properties.
it's
so they can
sun
run infinite.
here,
Mhm.
and as you're going, it went around until sun was there. Yeah, it's been almost 24 hours of riding.
Yep.
Yeah, our horses are exhausted.
Yeah. Horses are exhausted. You guys are exhausted. It's been a long day.
I should have mentioned earlier that I was telling Sterling that I wish I had like established that over the centuries, trolls have somehow bred their rhinos to have slightly troll-like regenerative properties, so they can ride infinite.
Sure, why not?
It's like troll rhinos, not good
Troll
enough for like
rhinos.
regenerative combat, like where you chop their horns off, but enough that they're super enduring.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Extra endurance. I mean, they do have to hold up the whole troll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard work. So as you're relaxing, Gripgrin is he's being a gracious guest to your new party, and he's
Oh.
pulled out some I don't know some goblin ale.
Goblin ale.
Yeah.
Okay. I like how every species has their own ale. It's like some kind of like culture war. It's like Klingon ale is better. It's like Goblin ale is made with the finest grubs that we get from like, these caves.
Just make your own ale. It's easy.
Everybody's homebrewing these days.
And he starts pouring out cups, or he pours out a cup for himself. And says, would you guys like some goblin ale? Goblin ale, it's very refreshing, very relaxing, and it eases you up.
I will hold out a troll-sized mug that's as big as this jar of Goblin ale. Oh, I will try.
He pours you a single portion.
I will. I'll try. I'll try some.
All
as
right,
well.
I also shall have some.
Goblin ale, yeah. Made from real goblins.
So Alzim spit takes.
Yeah,
Light has almost gotten his cup up. You're joking, right?
No. We part of the royal bloodline, and you just cut off a little bit of goblin, fester it, and you get a nice little stew going, and you process it, and through a very serious amount of work, you get the best goblin ale made from the royal goblins themselves.
Right. Led is going to subtly cast Sanctify on his cup of Goblin Ale. Nailed it.
Sweet.
Oh.
It is now purged. It is holy and purged of all microbes.
Mm-hmm.
And now disgusting. It's now just water.
Edible for human consumption.
Oh yeah.
Fortunately, my portion was so small, I had already finished drinking it by that
It doesn't taste bad. It just tastes really bitter and has like a distinct iron aftertaste.
Mm.
Oh my gosh, do you sometimes get a bottle of Goblin Ale that has a toe in it still? Does it get filtered properly?
It's filtered a whole lot. Filtered plenty. So,
Tastes like tomato juice.
how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna get two gods who've been at war with each other, who've hated each other for thousands of years,
So probably literally forever.
probably all the time? Yeah. How are you gonna not hate each other?
Well,
That's a great question.
Wasn't Alzim though telling us about? I could have sworn one of you two who had talked to him had said that what's the sun god's name?
Helianthus.
Helianthus. I keep wanting to call him Solar since it's lunar.
Mm.
Helianthus. Didn't he say that there was a start to all of this when they tried to take each other's land away? So at some point, he remembers that they weren't always enemies. There must be some way to reconcile the two.
Bring that back.
It seems very clear that they have both tired of their fight, which is why they're in the predicament they're in now. It seems like they would have learned their lesson. Plus, if I've learned anything from being exposed to so many different cultures, is that there is nothing that brings people together as much as alcohol. And we already know that Helianthus is well versed in the drink. He's halfway there.
Yeah, I was trying to get him to sober up, but I mean, maybe we can play that angle.
You know, Alzim, for a moment, I thought you were going to say world-ending circumstances, but yes, alcohol as well brings people together.
If I have also learned anything from the Legends of the Gods, is that world-ending circumstances has never brought them together.
Right, I don't think they'll actually care.
Yes.
I mean, that's a good point. Thousands have died from their name alone already, right? They led wars. They knew what they were doing.
So we can't
Perhaps
appeal to
they've-
their better sides or their sense of justice or love.
Right, yeah.
So it's got to be what's in it for them.
Well,
I mean,
I mean, I guess godhood.
godhood, but
not living as humans, or not
Yeah, but that's
elves and trolls,
yeah, mortals.
mortals.
I mean, that's been in it for them the whole time, and that hasn't reconciled them.
But that seems to be the danger, right? Did you not, friend Light, indicate that Helianthus was actually quite happy with his status as immortal? And he didn't really miss his godhood at all?
I haven't met him.
Yeah, that would have been me.
Oh, is that...
I did not get that impression. I definitely got the impression that he is
Really
like you
bored.
don't. Yeah, really bored. Like you don't be drunk for literally 800 years because you enjoy your life.
Sure.
Yeah. It's kind of like how Luna described it. It feels like they're stuck on a test where they don't know the answer and they're not allowed to leave.
Do we feel that they know that if they reconcile, their test will be ended? And is it a true reconciliation if they are simply doing it for the sake of getting out of their circumstance?
Do you think they would ever have gotten along if it weren't for us?
Well,
You mean
we have
us
nothing that
being
will
the
tell
mortal
us.
beings?
Yeah.
Or the goblins specifically?
Well, I mean, like, I'm Luna's champion.
Mhm.
You know, you're Helianthus' champion. You know, like, it's interesting. We're the first champions in 1,000 years, right?
And at the same time, oddly enough,
At the same time, yeah. I mean, it seems like we're like supposed to be the extra push, right? Like, wouldn't you be frustrated if you had two kids who weren't getting along, and they weren't getting along for a really long time? You didn't want to tell them what to do, but maybe you got them like pet hamsters or something. Maybe they get along that way.
I cannot say. If children do not get along, we fight.
Maybe that's what they need to do. They've been doing a lot of fighting with like proxies, you know, getting their armies to fight each other.
just have them slug it out.
Yeah, what if they fought each other?
You know what helps with that kind of fighting? Some good alcohol.
Although if they're still bound to their mortal forms, I feel like Lunar might have the advantage.
Oh?
Oh,
He is a troll.
versus an elf.
Oh, of course! I thought perhaps you were indicating that Luna was a more experienced drinker than Helianthus, who was...
I'd also be concerned, like, they are still powerful, right? Even if they're not completely in control.
Are they? What have you seen Helianthus do?
I mean, he teleported me around.
I've seen Lunar's
He
made
teleported Alzim on accident.
On accident.
Lunar's made a lot of threats, but they haven't really done anything impressive.
Well,
What if we appeal to the egos? What if you should challenge Helianthus himself as the champion of Lunar, and you should challenge Lunar as the champion of Helianthus? Wouldn't that be a great embarrassment to not lose to your brother, but to lose to your brother's champion as a god?
I don't know if I could beat Lunar.
So what you're suggesting is like they're waiting for the ends, right? And it's like we're gonna show them, right? We're gonna show them like, yeah, we're ready. We decided not to fight each other. We're gonna go straight to the source.
Yes. Right?
Because for all time they've been up there.
Right.
Just
So
enjoy
either you will win, and they will be so humbled as to realize that reconciliation is the only option, or you'll be utterly destroyed, and the humor of it will bring them together. Because just as with the drink comes the fighting, there's usually the laughter afterwards. Whereas we are in each other's like sick, and each other's bile and guts, and our intestines are strewn around one another, we embrace of realizing that his guts and my guts are really the same. And we spend the next hours healing in each other's embrace.
Until your guts and their guts are the same.
We have had that trouble in the past, but we have developed a cultural sensitivity to that sort of thing to avoid that problem occurring. Although with the drink, there are still some who do not do it properly.
Yeah, see, that won't work for us.
What do you mean?
Well, I can't regenerate.
I mean,
Oh no, I mean the gods themselves. You'll be dead, of course, but
I mean, what'd you say Helianthus is?
Is an elf.
No, I'm gonna rip his ears off.
that's the spirit, see?
Yeah.
We are already there.
Well,
You're not likely to beat Lunar, of course, because he is a troll after all. But for the sake of saving all of human existence and mortal existence, I'm sure you would willingly make such a
I mean,
mighty sacrifice.
you two could help, surely, right? You're my companions, and we are together. We are a team.
Well, I mean, yeah, I suppose it could help, but
What do you say to a god who has forgotten his own people for 1,000 years?
Okay, well, here's a different track. Rather than trying to literally fight a god, which I'm not super comfortable with. So we had talked earlier about the idea that, like, okay, Helianthus is like adopted, not a champion, but like a, what are you? What's your title?
Oh, before? Before I was simply a captain of the...
No, I mean in the context of Helianthus.
we might have mixed it up. We're the chosen ones.
Yeah, we're the chosen ones. Oh,
And
you're a
you're a
champion.
champion.
Okay,
Yes.
that's how that works. Right, so you're a champion of Helianthus, and you're from amongst the knight races, right? And so that's like a gesture of goodwill. If we could get Lunar to reciprocate that with Light here,
Oh.
then that's like a gesture gone both ways, and maybe that's enough ground for them to meet each other and like talk about their
Find
differences.
some
a little
common
bit.
ground. Show that they're, it's like
Each
that
of them
they're
is
all...
willing to compromise a little bit.
Okay. It's worth a shot.
How would we... That's a fantastic idea, but how would we get those circumstances to arise? Do you have is there a way you could, I don't know, resist the next time you are summoned?
I mean, I don't know. I'm just usually walking around when it happens. How did that mix-up happen?
Oh, well, I was summoned rather than my friend Lev here?
Yeah.
I believe it's because our god is drunk and has bad aim. Which means it's highly unlikely that would work on Lunar, because he is, after all, using the body of a troll. So he would not be so impacted. Perhaps we could use proximity. We could create a little cradle-like thing, and you can ride in the back of my friend Light. And that way, when you're summoned, you'll be caught up in the effect.
So we have to get switcheroo going. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Sounds a little freaky, but
Lunar will probably want to be talking to me soon, seeing as how I was supposed to murder you.
There's little time then. We must strap you to Light as quickly as possible.
All right, let's go. Time me up.
this is as best a plan I think we could come up with.
Oh,
so here we go.
All right, like yip.
All troll plans are like the most like blunt force methods of everything.
Okay.
Well, and I would like to remind anyone who's questioning this plan that we all have really low int scores,
That's
and so
true.
this plan makes perfect sense.
Yeah. High wins low.
So, half an hour later, I have like this thing.
It's like a baby bassinet rope
Exactly,
thing. Yours, like
yeah.
we
Is
strapped
it on
him.
my back? Is this like a Yoda scene where I'm like
Oh.
wearing him?
It would be
as
so
a
much better
backpack?
if we were trying to do that, but it didn't work out, and now he's just like a baby born. And it's like just facing you.
I'm thinking, I like the idea that it's supposed to be a back harness, but
Sure.
you guys don't know how to make one of those.
Yep.
So it's like not really well, and he has to like really hold himself up.
Or what if it started out on the back and then it just sort of slid around?
Yeah, you guys didn't get the harnesses right.
And now it's like
kinda
at the side.
It's like wrapped around your stomach.
Yeah. All right.
What's his name again?
Grib grin.
Grib Grin.
Yeah.
This will be a
Grib
story
Gin.
one way or the other.
It's Gribgin.
Grib-
Grbagin.
Gribgin. Okay. So half an hour later, I have Gribgin like wrapped around me. Alzim, are you certain that this is how this rope harness is supposed to work?
I've only been used to making these harnesses for the rope bridges there is. We've never had to strap a goblin to one
I'm
of them.
so comfortable. Is this a problem with you?
It definitely does not look correct, but it seems to be working. I
I
don't know
mean-
if his mouth should be so near your right nipple there, but it seems to be functional.
As long as I don't have to swing the halberd at any point, or the spear, we should be fine.
All right.
Although
so
I am ambidextrous, so
so-
perhaps.
light, the world around you is beginning to dim.
Nuts.
Friends,
It's
I feel like
working!
playing.
It's working!
Grimgrin goes, oh, it's happening! Quick, throw me off! Throw me off!
There's no time. We strapped it so tightly.
So it's a quick
Alright.
release, and I
You-
pull
you
it.
pull-
and
oh,
just
there's-
drop
alright,
it.
alright. Let's say they're struggling, and he takes out a knife and he cuts himself loose.
Okay.
Ooh, you show up in
And-
front of him with a hand and a knife.
All right.
I like the gods are like teleporters. They actually know how to know.
So, at the end of that, Grimgrin is on the ground. Pretty much last minute, he cuts himself and he falls to the ground. And in that moment, Light is gone.
Nice.
Light, you find yourself in like a really dark cabin. Around you are lots of candles. Just every surface littered with candles. So there's like the old cupboards, the old bookcase. Everything has candles where you would be anything else. There's this table that you're now standing in front of, and standing with its back turned to you is this magnificent troll with hair going from like long black luxurious hair from its back all the way down to like its middle of its calves.
Do trolls normally have
Okay.
hair?
I'm going to drop to one knee and like bow my head and just wait.
Coming out of the big troll is a bellowing voice. I expected from at this point that you've murdered all three and that we stand victorious. Isn't that right, Gribgrin?
My lord Lunar, I am not Gribgrin. I am Light Novavich, and I have come to beseech you.
There's a pause and a slow turnaround. Who are you?
I'm a man, as you can tell, and I was traveling in companionship with the... It's not champion, it's
Chosen.
the chosen. With the chosen of light, of the god of the sun, Helianthus, when we met and befriended your chosen.
Are you telling me that Gribgrin did not kill you and instead became your friend?
That is correct, my lord.
It's just this.
We now have to kill the both of you.
At this
So
point,
hard
it
to find
becomes
good help.
clear that it's like the same waterfall thing where like
Yeah.
he'd been standing there for a while and waiting because he couldn't get his magic to work. I'm sure.
Lunar grabs a chair, sits down, and then just put his heads in his hands. What?
I stand up at this point.
They're
'cause I'm
hardly
so
chosen
small.
ones. We don't choose them. I wasn't chosen. I didn't choose Gribgrin. I would have preferred to have chosen one of his horses. How bad can someone be at killing that you become their friends? That's the exact opposite.
It is indeed, but very lucky, I'm sure, for if it had come to blows, there were three of us and only one of him, so there was that.
Yeah, but like, I gave Gribgrin power. Should be more than enough to beat the power that Helianthus throws. I mean, he can do what? Heal people? He's not the sort to give out the power to harm. That's what I do.
That does make sense, but from the tales we have heard, the sun and the moon were always in opposition, moving equally, balanced. Do you not think that it would be impossible for one champion to gain dominance over the other?
Lunar goes over and grabs a candle and lights it. I like to do this when I'm stressed. I
It's-
like candles.
That's an interesting habit for the. That's an interesting habit. Have you ever wondered how strange it is that you like to light candles with fire? Anyway, beside the point. I have come.
What?
Because I have a good friend.
What are you doing here? What's going on? I didn't summon you here, so what?
We talked about it.
Do you want something from me?
I do, indeed. I have a good friend. His name is Alzim. He's a troll.
Ah, a troll. Yeah.
He's one of your people.
Yeah, my favorite people. They were great. I made them invincible. They could regenerate. What more could you want?
He is dedicated to Helianthus.
Wow.
He's got to light another candle.
It's another candle. Should have never made them.
I hate those trolls.
I hate them. Wish they would regenerate. Generate another asshole.
Oh, God.
I guess I'm not very good with words. But my point is that he is a creature from a race that the people have always thought of the race of the darkness. I am a human, usually thought of the race of the light.
Mm-hmm.
And yet we have become friends. In fact, even before I met Alzim, I was taken in by the Glacian. I don't know if you made them, but
Yeah.
they lived in the night. So I always assumed that they were creatures of darkness.
Yeah. I had a
And
phase
yet-
where I liked ice.
I see.
Yeah.
Anyway, they took care of me when I was dying, when I was alone in the wilderness. And Alzim, in his turn, took care of me as well, even before he was claimed by Helianthus. So we have become friends, and I think that the balance has to be maintained. So I would like you, Lord Lunar, to make me your champion.
I will on one condition. Will you kill the champion of light and the chosen one of Helianthus?
I cannot do this. Why are you so obsessed with killing them, after all? I've heard the story of how you were cast down from godhood, bound in flesh from my friend who is the chosen of light. Don't you think that all this killing is not going to get you anywhere? What happens in the end if you somehow manage to break the equal power between you and Helianthus?
Well, doesn't eternal darkness sound nice?
Well, there won't be any eternal darkness because you will still be trapped here. And the Son of Man will still keep ticking, ignoring both you and Helianthus, making you insignificant in its light.
All right, so you won't kill the champion of light and the chosen one of Helianthus. What will you do for me?
I will provide balance, as they will not be able to kill myself or your champion either, or your chosen either.
I suppose Helianthus does have the upper hand. I don't have a wide array of champions. You want my power? You want the power of darkness, the moon, to cast yourself out from light?
I've already cast myself out from light. I just
Blade.
take out my spear with its half moon blade and I slam it on the ground. It
Where did you get that?
was given to me by the Glacian.
Huh. So that's where it was.
I assumed it was a symbol of yours at some point, although not at first, although I don't know why I didn't see it right off the bat. The moon, the half moon, but
Do you know the General Haxanar? He led 1,000 night goblins.
how many hundreds of years ago was this?
It must have been like 2,000.
Oh,
That's his-
no, I don't. Sorry.
That's his spear. I gifted that to him. He proved himself. He walked over 9 mountains barefoot. All to show his allegiance to me. You just picked it up from a Glacian?
They gave it to me.
They gave it to you. Wow.
Yes.
Did you walk over like 3 mountains?
I pledged
There was some shop
myself.
gravel pieces.
I pledged myself to revenging the deaths that they had received at the hands of the people I once called friends, and I cast the people who had been friends to me out of my heart for their part in slaying them. So, not many mountains, but I did cross back from the frost.
No, say no more. You've crossed a lot of emotional mountains there.
Oh my gosh. How the mighty have fallen is like, look, I have my emotional support animal here now. These emotional mountains are much worse than those physical mountains.
Well, if the Glacian...
Hey, the pain of crossing 3 mountains goes away.
Yes.
The pain in my heart will
That would
never
never
go away.
Well, if the Glacian saw you worthy enough to wield one of my mighty weapons, maybe you're worthy enough to be my champion. Now, is that a hard no on killing?
I'm sorry, my lord. It is a hard no.
Can't convince you.
You cannot.
Just
I no.
what if I could put you in the sky?
They're my friends.
Wow, that's pretty good. Whew. I can't tell you how many hobgoblins I got with that one.
Did you actually put them in the sky?
No,
Like
I
literally?
can't. No, I can't do that.
Oh, okay.
But there's always like, hey, look at that star. That's you now. They never really charted the stars, so I could just point to any star and it worked. They weren't very smart, but
Well, you should see how far they've come now.
wait,
It's an entire library of hobgoblins.
what? They can read?
I don't know. Is there? Probably. I assume that since all the races.
Yeah,
came
all the
together-
races
Yeah.
working together?
Yeah.
There was a significant educational program, elementary schools. You really can't serve in human society without... You know how humans are. They make everyone adhere to their systems. Literacy is important. It's like, no, it's not. We're humans. Everyone must be literate.
Yeah, well, and you want to go to college, you okay, I've racked up, 50,000 gold in debt.
Yep.
Now I'm going to go, teach for, whatever this world is called.
Yes.
It never made me.
Never. Anyway, you go teach in the Hobgoblin elementary schools for 2
Yeah.
years and they'll waive all
Oh,
your
that's
debt.
right.
And then there's also those classic deals. You buy the book and another one gets sent to a poor hobgoblin
Mm.
child.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Whose boat is this boat?
All right. Well, okay. Sweet. Or I'll give you some power. You'll be my champion, champion of night, champion of the moon. Right. Okay. I know how to send you back this time. It's always tricky sending you back. It's not as easy as bringing you here. Okay. And they get their big hands ready.
Oh,
right?
My lord. Before there was a question that came up. Purely just hypothetical. Do you have a gender you go by?
I didn't want to choose.
Huh?
I didn't have to.
That answers that question.
All right, and clap. And when they clap, there's a big wind of force, big troll wind of force that takes out the light from all the candles.
Just blows
You're
out
in
all the
complete
candles.
darkness when that happens. And then you open your eyes and you're on the ground in the sand. And you hear in the distance, I don't know, who would be talking? Alzim is saying some great thing about trolls.
There's this thing that we call the troll wind of force, but this is a euphemism, as you understand. Let me demonstrate.
Oh, like that.
All right. Ah, you're back.
Oh,
Did it work?
Hey!
Did he do it? Or did they do it?
are you a champion now of the troll god of the moon?
By the non-gendered moon, I believe it worked. I would not have believed it, but somehow it worked.
What is the sign that he gave you?
What is the sign? Do I look over myself? Has anything changed?
Your spear looks improved. I'm trying to find out mechanically how. That
I
would
don't.
work.
I can't find in my notes where my thing was.
I think we never decided what it was.
Oh, we were supposed to decide
We
before
were
today's
supposed
session.
to decide.
You can add a look to my spear.
Ooh.
Right now it's ancient, but it could also be unblemished, ornate, bloodstained, or sinister.
Ooh.
Sweet. If you want that, we can do that.
It does nothing mechanically, but it's
It's easy.
easy. How about unblemished?
Sure.
If it's just cool and cosmetic. Ooh, you know what mine can be? Instead of normal troll eyes, I have burning embers for eyes now.
Ooh,
The light of the
that's,
sun.
that's pretty good. I like that. Okay.
It's
Burning-
just been retconned.
Yeah. It's like, what happened to your eyes? It's like, it's been like this the whole time.
Okay. In that case, I think what happens is the blade on the spear actually changes with the where
The
the
cycles of the
normal-
moon? Oh, so like it slowly gets like,
Oh.
Yeah.
So 2 days out of every month, there's no blade on it at all, and it's like a
It's
much
just a
worse
poker.
weapon.
I would say that's the deadliest.
Yeah,
You can't
ooh.
see the blade.
It's just
Ooh.
invisible.
Oh, I like that a lot.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's better than flaming ember eyes. Sexy. Also, every
Alright.
few weeks, you can convince people that you bought a new weapon. Like, what happened to your Howard? I didn't like it, bought a new one.
Wasn't good enough, so I upgraded.
Oh, there's
You know, they gave me a trade-in of a couple hundred
Oh wait!
gold.
Also,
and
when
then-
it's crescent and then it's crescent this side, do you just flip it around? It's like, oh no, it's the same one. It's just
All right. Well, hold on.
The crescent's
There
double
is-
bladed.
There is no moon in the sky right now.
I know, so we
Oh.
don't know what it is. It's just like, why
It's
is my
shifting.
spear different and moving?
All right.
That's
Great.
the best part.
Go ahead and roll a d8. We'll find out
Okay.
which phase it is. 1 is new, 8 is full.
New it
It's a new moon.
is.
All right.
So
you
There's
can't see
nothing
it.
there.
You can't see the blade.
who points it out?
Damn it! He stole the blade from your halberd.
What the?
Wait, can he touch it? Does he get a
Yeah.
terrible paper cut? It's like
Like a cut.
I just cut myself. I start like moving it towards the sand, and then the sand depresses. It's invisible.
Strangest thing I've ever seen.
Visible blade.
Wow. What a blessing. That's a real blessing right there. Invisible blade. Can't
Seems
get better than
unsafe
that.
to me. I think it's a violation of troll safety standards.
I'll have to get a special sheath made for it. Also appears to be round now. Like a big
Like a big bowl.
spear. Yeah.
plate.
Yes. I'll have to get a special sheath made for it so, people don't walk into it while I'm walking through the market.
Yeah.
Oh, that would suck.
It'd be so
I
funny.
just cut my nose off on an invisible.
It's so funny. You get an invisible weapon that's super amazing because it's invisible, but because it's so safe or unsafe, you actually paint it so that no matter how invisible, you can always see it.
Probably what you'd want to do is like make the
you paint
handle.
it in oil, and then before a fight, you just light it up. It flames. You got a cool flaming weapon for a couple seconds, and then invisible blade.
There you go. Or you could like mold the handle so it's not symmetrical, and then based on how you're holding it, you always know exactly where the blade is,
Well,
or like which way.
I mean, I might know, but I'm just worried about
Sure,
tall
nobody else
trolls and elves and things walking by me.
Small children.
Well, I mean, goblins are safe. So,
Anything below the shoulder,
Yeah.
but safe.
Dwarves
hey,
too.
Light, we're now partners. It's good to be in business with you. In the shadow, moon's grace.
Yes.
I've been thinking we should have like a saying, because we're really kind of starting the new worship of the sun and moon, right? And We're building the building blocks right now, so should be really good because these stories will be told for a long time. You know.
Are you certain we shouldn't hire a bard or something? Put together some nice words.
Listen, I've been through this before. When you hire a bard, you always got to give them a whole bunch of stuff to work with, right? They put it into lyrics, but you
okay.
give all the theme.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
We did,
yeah.
What
we
were
did
you
one.
thinking?
Yeah.
Oh, like fresh moon, fresh look. Join the moon.
Wait, I thought this included the sun. Are we a part of this whole thing?
Do you mean
Oh.
new moon, new look?
I thought it'd be
Well,
something like
maybe-
the sun is bright, the moon is dark. The
Maybe-
sun's the leaves, the moon's the bark.
Maybe, yeah, yeah.
That is pretty good.
Maybe that's how we should sell it, not as like.
Troll opera is very
It's
famous.
like a duotheism.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not like two separate religions. Because if there's two religions, they're gonna fight. You know, it's
Right,
always gonna be
we're all
my way is
together.
right, more right than your way. But if we work together,
That's an even more brilliant idea. Instead of trying to make them friends, we'll force them to be friends by combining their religions into one.
So does that mean? So does that mean we got to Organthal and just like start preaching?
You must teach Led how to do that fireball thing of yours.
yeah.
It'll be
I mean, if you can teach me how to do that, I'll do my best to
worship
teach you how to
of
kill
a
people.
dual-faced entity.
Yeah.
That's a little-
That would not
Yeah.
work. Elves, the elven features are too grotesque to match with pro features. No one would buy it.
It's two gods, but they are
Of
brothers,
course.
inseparable.
Any sort of religion has splinter sects. We could just introduce it up front. It's one religion, but we have two different faces of our worship.
Yeah,
Ah.
like two sides of the coin, you know?
Yes,
Right.
the worship of the manly moon, or the man versus like the young daughters who extols art and music.
I mean,
I
the
don't
moon
know
was,
that I would describe Lunar as the young woman.
No, he's a troll. He's the man, of course.
Oh,
the elven
yes.
sun
Well,
who's
It's
like,
pretty explicitly not gendered.
Yeah, oh yes, I forgot to tell you, I asked Lunar themselves. They are a they, as they do not ascribe to any gender.
was he harmed in some horrible way when he chose to become a troll?
Appears to be a genderless troll.
Dear God, you can do whatever you want.
Luna does not understand trolls at all.
Well, Alzim, I
They
assumed
hate
you would
trolls.
be joining the Helianthus worship, being his champion and all that. But
Well,
Mm.
being a champion is a great honor, but
Wait a
let's
second.
not be crazy here.
Alzim Lunar created trolls. Nobody understands trolls better than he does, or than they do. God damn it.
Oh my goodness. Alzim will have to think on this.
Maybe trolls are always supposed to be agender. Right? Procreation by splitting.
oh my god, the original, the first trolls were like super smart, and then the only way they reproduced was by cellular division, like just dividing in half.
Oh, and eventually it like broke down so much of their high level intellect that they had to do up gender and like a different methodology. I feel like that is too far in antiquity for it to still be in the histories.
Yeah.
Alright, well, one religion, one book, two gods.
Two gods.
I think we can do
Gods.
I think
it. I think we can also sell them. Because at this point, we're their only followers.
Yeah.
And so it's, we hold all the cards.
Yeah.
this point-
What's a god with no worshippers?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Just a drunk.
Yeah. We just go, hey, all four of them. Like, listen, we can even say it like this. Listen, work us together, we doubled their followership.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
The numbers really speak to them. We doubled their followership
Just by working together.
just by working together. They'll have twice as much land. They just have to work together.
Each doing what they're good at.
Mm-hmm.
Grogan, are you sure you are a goblin? You sound like an elf there with your numbers and your Your marketing.
Well, obviously, Grimgrin is a very intelligent goblin. He's a wizard.
I had to take care of horses. You gotta count your horses, you know?
Oh yes, that's right. It's something about not counting your horses until they molt or something, right?
No, it's if you don't count your horses,
Oh, then they bolt.
then they bolt.
Oh,
And also teaching horses to count is and do math is a really good trick. Between you and me, you give them the signals for how they should act. And so for that, you still gotta know the numbers. Either way, yeah.
Yeah, you've got to know.
Yeah, I gotta know them on point. If you tell the horse 3 plus 3 and you signal 7, oh, they're gonna know.
It's going to be
So-
very embarrassing.
It sounds like we have a pretty good plan for getting the gods together, whether they like it or not.
do we though?
That's well.
So far we've been able to trick them into summoning us to them. How do we get them to come to us?
So we go into town.
Yeah,
We
Organthal.
go into Organthal, which is where they are anyway, and we just start preaching. Right, we've got enough tricks at our disposal that we can start convincing people that the magic, the power of this one god is real. Right, we don't have to rely on like the stuff that the Church of the New Sun, like all of that fire and brimstone and grace of God and knowing your place in the universe. Like we can literally show them power. Should be pretty easy.
Point of information: how far-reaching is the cult of the Son of Man here in Ogenthal?
I mean, it's the whole area. Oh, in Organthal?
Yeah.
Do you want to establish that you've been there?
No.
We're not.
So we have no
quite
idea.
there.
Okay.
You don't know.
Because in the world where the Son of Man is, if you suddenly start preaching some heresy, you're not going to last like 5 minutes
Yeah.
before they come and take you down.
What I can say about Organthal is that it's far from the center of human world, which is Westspire, on the opposite side of the map.
Yeah.
So it's more of like a more diverse
Okay.
city.
The other thing is we know the truth about the sacrifices. That's going to turn people off of the Church of the New Sun,
It's true.
Yeah, but
right?
like,
We offer an alternative.
should we mention that? I feel like we shouldn't go like negative, right?
No attack ads.
Yeah, I don't want to do any of that. Like, we should just focus on.
We'll try positive. See how that works. We've already got this.
Yeah.
We've always got this. In
Sounds good.
Cool.
I think we just gotta get there now.
Let's see how it
Organthal is
goes.
just about a couple days ride.
On we go.
Yeah, let's do it.